April 13th of 22. I can hardly believe we're this deep into 22. Let's take a look and see. And have a peek at your energy report for this week. There we go. Using some different decks this time around this week. Let me know if you like it. I'm using the Mystic Dreamer first. And this I typically use for my moon readings before, and the Dragon Tarot for the general, but we're going to switch things up a little bit. Okay, here we go, Taurus. This is for you. The Lover's card. First card that comes up, duality, dichotomy, polarity, etc. We have the Four of Pentacles in the center. Not feeling quite right about that, are we? We have the Justice card and the Two of Cups. So love and relationship is on your mind. I'm going to just tell you that right out the gate. Typically, I keep these as far from relationship readings as I possibly can, but with these two cards in play, I feel like there's a little bit of questioning that's going on in regards to your relationships. The Lover's card always tells us there's like 1 degree off a little bit. It lets us know, if you notice on this deck in particular, the Lover's card are two individuals leaning together, and then there's this sword or a light in the middle. And what there is just this lean toward one another to try and make things work. We have the Ace of Wands, which is a decision or a pivot point, followed by this Four of Pentacles, which is feeling as if something's just not right. Or if you look at it, it always, I got to stop saying always because it's not always, but it infers betrayal. It infers that there is this something lacking, something missing, or an agreement wasn't kept. So what agreement hasn't been kept? What is it that's 1 degree off? Or where are you feeling as if your needs aren't being met? We've got the Queen of Swords, which is decisiveness. And then the King of Wands, what we do and how we take leadership with that. The Queen of Swords is decisive, forward, outward, clear, direct, communicative. I call this my bitch card, right? Because sometimes when we come from this place, there is this energy that comes across as being harsh, right? There's a difference between being harsh and being clear. And I kind of feel as if right now you're being clearer than ever. So love is present, okay? You've got the Two of Cups here, and this is balance. Truly balance. Six of Swords is things getting easier. We have the Justice card and the Page of Swords. You might have to communicate what your needs are and get to a new beginning, because I feel like you almost have this assumption that it feels like Groundhog Day, like things are repeating themselves. If you look at the Eight of Pentacles, repetition and redundancy. Now there's two sides to this coin, one of which is repetition till we get things right. The other one is repetition and redundancy so that we feel as if the pattern isn't changing. So if you ever hear me talk about patterns or someone repeating something, this is the card that I'll be talking about, right? Which is the Eight of Pentacles. Hello. It's not focusing, but I guess it will eventually. All right, so the Star card is hope. We have hope. We have new beginnings. We also have a little bit of the Seven of Swords. This is our card for making the best of something. Right now we're in this mode where we want to see if it's going to get better. I can tell you that this most recent past, we have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is ease, so things have eased up a little bit. But I have this desire that I'm seeing with the Eight of Cups here, which is our card for wanting to walk away or leave something be. The end result card here is the Magician. I'm trying to get my camera to focus over here. The Magician card, which talks about communication. It's actually the Mercury card, the card for communication, being on stage, setting ourselves up to be seen and heard. So with the Magician, what is it that you have to say, Taurus? What is the subject matter? And are you going to repeat these patterns? And I'm not saying anything's bad, right? There's literally nothing in here that says this is a Tower moment or the Devil card where someone's lying to you, or the Death card saying the relationship is over. We don't even, well, we do have the Ace of Wands, which is labor, how we work things. But with this card here, we've got the Magician, and the Magician is literally communication. So what is it that you feel you need to say? Now, I can tell you emotions are involved. We've got the King of Cups, the Eight of Cups, the Lover's card, the Two of Cups. And so our emotions are at play here, Taurus. And so I find it difficult to communicate through emotions, especially if they're big. Anger or sadness or love. Like when you're really up against someone that you love dearly, any conversation can feel a little more tender or bruisey, where they're poking something that normally wouldn't bother you. And so it's an incredibly brave thing to speak up, no matter what it is. And so I feel like perhaps that's the element that we're dealing with, is just something that's tender because it's closer to our heart and there's more of a risk. Yes. So with the star card in the center of your reading, your hope is that the conversation, the tone, and the quality of the conversation comes around to balance, right? The star card is all about humanitarian, hope, faith as well. So you have a little faith in regards to this. Ace of Cups, like your pivot point. Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, and the Lover's card. Your pivot point is that things get better. Your pivot point is coming from the heart. Your decisions aren't based on what things look like. Your decisions and your emotions right now are all about your feelings and how you feel. So have a little grace with yourself. Have a little forgiveness, right? Forgive yourself, forgive others. Ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono that shit. Let's pull some cards for you from the new deck that I have here. I think it's called Witch's Tarot. Someone got me as a gift and I just love it. To book your one-on-one and get an in-depth reading, visit karmaondeck.com. There are classes and courses on there, as well as spiritual mentorship if you want to get a handle on the direction that your spirituality is taking and you need a firm foundation. Learn a little energy work and tarot and astrology and meditation and see which tools and practices are good for you. And give a little taste of them all. And then if you just want to stick with one, refine that. Play with it. Any questions at all, let me know. Hit me up, karmaondeck702@gmail.com. And let's take a look and see what Taurus's moon reading looks like. Six of Swords again. Okay, so in the general spread, you have the Six of Swords, and it indicates things getting easier. It lets us know the heat is going to come off your back end there a little bit. You've got the Four of Wands, which is commitment. There's just this element of happiness that's missing. What is it that you need, Taurus? You've got the Five of Cups. That's our pout. You have enough, and yet there's something that's just not quite in alignment. You're not feeling seen or recognized. You've got the Ten of Cups. Things look perfect on the outside, and yet you feel isolated and alone a little bit. You've got the Hermit card right next to it. And you're doing everything you think you need to. The Queen of Wands is all about what things look like, and so is the Ten of Cups. Sometimes those are false fronts. We pretend that everything's okay while we cope, right? There are times where we hide out because we are melting down, or we're, freaking out, or things are tougher and we don't want an audience for it, right? I do that. I get in my shit and I don't want to talk to anybody because I want to figure it out myself. I don't want advice. I don't want an audience. Yet sometimes the Ten of Cups and the Queen of Wands both, well, if you add that Six of Wands, this one right here, this Taurus in particular would be saying they want attention, or the right kind of attention. The Ten of Cups is perfection. It's Disneyland. It's a script and false fronts, and it's a storyline sometimes. And I only say this because the world isn't perfect. The Ten of Cups tells us perfection is right there. All the storyline, everything that we want. Yet, for me, in life, very rarely are things perfect. So sometimes the Ten of Cups is how we're showing up so people can't see things that are going on. Now, I don't see you hiding anything either. So this isn't really that like I'm showing myself as fake or superficial. But sometimes the Ten of Cups and the Queen of Wands is our imagery, what we look like, how we behave, and what we want to be seen as. And so we have the Hermit card, which tells me that you feel a little bit isolated or feeling like you're not being seen. Because the desire here is the Six of Wands, which is recognition. You want to be recognized. And the Hermit, I've talked about this a lot today because there is some lessons to be had from the Hermit card. It isn't just strictly being isolated, because what's the purpose of going off into meditation, becoming a monk or a priest, and going into this seclusion and solitary environment? Do we do this in order to be isolated and cut the rest of the world off? No, we do it so that we can learn, so that we can have less of influence on our mental state, so we can think clearly and pull the pearls from the information. So the Hermit, while we're in our quiet and our solitude and our isolation and in these silent moments, we're pulling information. The next cards are the Hierophant, the Six of Pentacles, Charity, so you have a lot of support around you. We have the Knight of Swords and the Magician. You're worried about being snappy with people. You're also tired. I can see that Taurus is very fatigued. And when we have the Hierophant, what's driving me? What's pushing me? What's behind the decisions that I'm making? We also have the Ten of Pentacles, which is legacy, and the Queen of Swords. Again, Six of Swords and Queen of Swords in a whole entirely different deck. Just blows my mind. But the Six of Swords is things are easy. You've chosen the easier path right now, and you're wondering if that's the one you're supposed to be on. The Queen of Swords is decision maker. So what decisions is it that you are making? The Hierophant is what's driving us, what's pushing us. The Hermit, what information we have. And this Eight of Wands is fatigue. Why are you tired right now, Taurus? Are you meeting everyone else's needs but your own? We also have the Magician. Again, your correlation between your general spread and your moon reading is amazing right now. The Magician means speak to it. So you're being told to speak out. Taurus, find your voice. Use your words. All right, let's pull your card from Divination of the Ancients and see what your message is from my Oracle deck this week. I want to thank you for hanging out with me. Please like my videos, subscribe to my YouTube so you can see the picture-in-picture, and also research your zodiac sign by playlist. This is your card for the week, Taurus. Precision. Ooh, numerology. So look into some numerology. See if you're in balance, number one, because the card says to. It's numerology, the card that we're pulling. But precision is also the other card that we're getting. And I feel like I need to pull another one. Precision. Are you being more precise than you need to be? Are you counting on facts and doing things as I'm supposed to? Or are you falling into what your heart feels and your emotions? I'm going to pull another one for you. Precision and incubation and time. So are you giving things enough time to percolate? Are you giving people enough time to change behavior before you're expecting results? So precision and incubation. And what are your dreams looking like? This card literally means dreams. Are you sacrificing your dreams for what looks good? Are you sacrificing your dreams for ease right now? I'm not trying to be hard on you, but this is just what's coming through. So we have incubation, time, dreams. What are your dreams made of? And precision. You are getting exactly what you set yourself up for right now. And you're getting exactly what you asked for. And that's why your cards right now are about